Arby's has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham.
She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's.
She pulled up wearing a shirt that said "Hot Girls Eat Arby's," and the internet lost it. Sophie Cunningham's t-shirt became a marketing phenomenon.
700,000 followers overnight.
Like, not bad.
Sophie Cunningham currently plays for the Indiana Fever and has now become one of the most recognizable WNBA players.
You thought curly fries were just a side dish? Nah. Mix them with a slogan tee and a little WNBA tension, and boom, we've got 800,000 sold and a full-blown drama detonation. Sophie Cunningham didn't just go viral. She deep-fried the whole league's ego in Arby's sauce. And trust me, Angel Reese, she's not exactly placing an order. This isn't just beef, it's roast beef, and someone salty as hell. Let's break down the crispy chaos.
To the arena yesterday, wearing that. There she is right there. Let's just bring this up. Over at Tater Report. There she is right there. Hot girls eat Arby's. I can only imagine, and I have no idea. I would assume this is some kind of sponsorship with Arby's, right? Right there. I don't know. The roast beef sandwich jokes just sort of write themselves at this point. And just like that, I want a cheddar melt.
At some point, the WNBA pulled a switcheroo. It's less about hoops, more about headlines. The basketball, background noise. The skills, optional. These days, it feels like the shot clock's counting down Instagram reels instead of actual possessions. And then bam, here comes Sophie. No buzzer beater, no drama. Just an Arby's tee and a look that said, "Yeah, I'm different." And boom, internet shattered. She didn't need to dunk. She walked into the league's timeline and rewrote the whole vibe. With curly fries, no gimmicks, no fake lashes, no glued down wigs, no overproduced branding campaigns. Just pure, unfiltered Sophie. And fans ate it up, literally and figuratively.
Let's talk about Arby's. She is now on the Arby's payroll. Decided that it was a match made in roast beef heaven. Hot girls eat Arby's. No knock on Arby's, Sophie, but if you give Arby's 9 out of 10, I'll take you to Racks. I'll buy you some Racks, and I think you will find that hot girls probably eat Racks. Arby's has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. Sophie Cunningham, who took to her social media to discuss how much she enjoyed a trip that she made to Arby's. And
meanwhile, the rest of the league's out here pushing TikToks that feel like they were storyboarded in a reality show writer's room, begging for support while choreographing fake beef and even faker BFF squads. Sophie, she just shows up, keeps it 100, and sells nearly 1 million shirts. Like it's not the most insane mic drop in sports merch history. And that kind of realness, it messes people up. Suddenly, the carefully curated brand queens are scrambling. The league doesn't know where to file her. She's not playing the popularity game. She's not posing courtside after a 2 for 10 night. And she's definitely not hopping from one influencer circle to the next for clout. She's not performing. She's just showing up.
Number one, let's start with what happened yesterday, because she has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's. Yeah. She was wearing this outfit, this arrangement into the Chicago Sky game. Of course, the Indiana Fever, I would like to say, beat the brakes off the Sky, but really it felt like they underachieved a good bit yesterday.
And guess what? Fans are starving for that. That's why Clark hijacked the narrative. That's why Aaliyah's cutting through the noise like a truth missile, because people don't want manufactured. They want real. And Sophie, she's realer than a $5 combo meal with curly fries and a side of W. Let's be real, these women didn't sit down and strategize how to go viral. They're not chasing clout. They are the moment. Accidentally iconic, effortlessly magnetic. And that's exactly why the system's cracking under the weight of its own phoniness.
Sophie Cunningham's t-shirt became a marketing phenomenon. Sophie Cunningham currently plays for the Indiana Fever and has now become one of the most recognizable WNBA players. And for Barbie night, she pulled up wearing a shirt that said "Hot Girls Eat Arby's," and the internet lost it. But here's the real backstory. A few months earlier, Sophie posted a video rating Arby's. And that video was just her being authentic in herself. And that puppy went viral.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give Arby's a solid 9 out of 10.
And following this, the phrase "hot girls eat Arby's" started flying around. And it turns out that Arby's has been saying this since 2023.
Now here comes the part nobody wants to say out loud, but we're gonna say it anyway. If the WNBA can't figure out how to build superstars out of elite black players who are straight up killing it on the court, what are we even doing?
We know somebody that has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back, if I'm being quite honest.
The talent isn't the issue. It's always been there. The problem? The spotlight keeps getting handed to gimmicks while the greats get ignored. It's like the league's running a high-gloss beauty contest with a basketball logo slapped on. They're rewarding TikTok antics over tenacity, edges laid over elbow jumpers, and press-on nails over post moves.
I will say that when you are good at basketball, you're pretty, and you got grit, those three things make you bad to the bone. And I think this is one of it's new trends that's going on in the WNBA, in my personal opinion, is that not only will you be good at basketball, but you also, some of these women don't look like women, right? They used to look like dudes. But now they look like beautiful women that are playing basketball. And one thing I like about Sophie is that she's tough.
The game? Somehow downgraded to background noise while everyone else's feed is overflowing with side eyes and soft launches. And caught in the middle of this over-filtered mess? The real hoopers. The ones grinding in silence, putting up numbers, leading with discipline. But instead of headlines, they get upstaged by viral beefs and fake BFFs.
Sophie Cunningham has broken the internet in multiple ways over the last day. All right, the other day, before the Chicago Sky game, this Barbie, and let's be real, let's be honest. If you were going to cast somebody as Barbie, there's a good chance you'd take a long, hard look at Sophie Cunningham.
Then out of nowhere, boom. Sophie Cunningham strolls in with a damn Arby's tee and a smile. And the internet breaks. No glam squad, no 3-hour makeup beat, no stylists, filters, or pre-planned controversy. Just fries, vibes, and a league shook to its core. The backlash, instant, predictable, brutal. The same folks yelling, "More attention for women's sports," suddenly got real quiet or real petty.
And one thing I like about Sophie is that she's tough. So when Caitlin Clark last week, or not last week, a couple days ago, when Caitlin Clark got destroyed, her girl Sophie came to her defense, and this was the most beast mode thing that I've seen a woman do in WNBA history. Now, Sophie, who's my one of my favorites now, she's become one of my favorite WNBA players. I'm gonna watch her too, like I watch Caitlin. Look at what she did, and people may not say that this was in response or whatever the case may be, but I feel like Sophie is like, you want to play?
When someone outside their curated club grabbed the mic. Why? Because Sophie didn't play by their rules, and somehow, fans still ate it up. Here's the thing. This was never just about Sophie. It's about what she represents. She's not out here treating the league like it's a fashion runway or her personal content farm. She's not throwing fake shade or dancing for likes. She's just hooping, humble, honest, no script, no scheme. And that is what rattles the influencer industrial complex. Because she exposes the uncomfortable truth. Fans are done with the drama. They don't want scripted feuds or passive-aggressive captions. They want players who show up and shut up the noise with every rebound, every hustle play, every gritty W.
700,000 followers overnight. I don't know if you guys knew, she had like 300 or something less than 48 hours ago. Insane. The enforcer has arrived. And she even posted like twice since then, bro. she's totally taken it to a whole new level. Like, Caitlin Clark has a new star. This is like a new star in the WNBA. People ain't gonna like it. People aren't gonna like it. Trace Leches, you know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull, which, by the way, kind of was obsessed with her before she even came along. So
That's why people ride for Sophie, for Cece, for Aaliyah. They're not obsessed with being famous. They're obsessed with the game. And guess what? That hits harder than any brand deal. So here we are, watching a fast food t-shirt spark more cultural impact than the league's last 3 ad campaigns combined. Watching real athletes win hearts while some drama queens with bloated PR teams fumble for relevance. Turns out the most powerful storyline is the one nobody tried to manufacture. Let's clear something up right now. Sophie didn't just go viral because she tossed on an Arby's tee and lucked out. This wasn't a happy accident. It was a power move. She didn't trip into fame. She choreographed the whole damn thing while half the league was stuck filming TikToks and subtweeting like it was high school drama hour. Sophie? She was out here playing 4D chess with curly fries while everyone else was stuck on checkers.
Let's take a look, because Arby saw this and decided that it was a match made in roast beef heaven.
Like, not bad.
They weren't dissuaded, obviously, by the little shade that she threw at them there between enjoying her yummy sandwich, saying that she went away. She doesn't have it often for obvious reasons. Well, what are those obvious reasons, Sophie? Anyway, she is now on the Arby's payroll.
This woman isn't just winging it. She's working a blueprint. Every move she makes, every post, every vibe, it's intentional. It's simple but surgical. She's got the emotional read of a therapist and the cold-blooded marketing instinct of a Madison Avenue shark. That Arby's shirt, not random, not goofy. It was genius. Low effort, high impact. That's elite tier strategy. And here's what really fries some people. Sophie doesn't chase attention. She engineers it. And that breaks the system. It exposes the myth that you've got to be chaotic, flashy, and loud just to get noticed in this league.
If you can see right here, that's Sophie Cunningham. She is the teammate of the year, or at least the Caitlin Clark she is. After Caitlin Clark was pushed to the ground and poked in the eye in the first half of a game against the Phoenix Mercury, she actually late in the game assaulted one of the Phoenix Mercury players in retaliation. And fans loved it. They ate it up, because look at this. If you look closely, her following on TikTok went from over 300,000, which was great, to almost well over 800,000, probably at 1 million now.
Intentional or not, she's part of a bigger wave, a shift in the culture that's been building with the rise of Caitlin Clark and the emergence of the enforcer. Sophie didn't hijack that movement. She didn't mooch off it. She studied it, understood the momentum, and found her lane, then smoked it. While others were begging for clout, Sophie showed up with a roast beef tee and flipped the narrative like it was nothing. She saw Caitlin bringing in millions of new eyes. People who didn't know what a pick and roll was last year are now glued to Fever games. She saw Angel stirring the pot and stacking headlines like they were rebounds.
Sophie Cunningham's jersey is going to sell out tonight. The people have been waiting for this. If the refs are not going to do their job, the players are going to have to be the enforcers themselves. This game was chippy from the beginning, and the refs did not do their job.
And instead of jumping into the chaos, Sophie did what the smart ones do. She added value, not volume. She didn't fight for the mic. She didn't elbow her way into the drama. She created a moment so authentic, it hijacked the entire league's attention. And while some players keep flopping every time a mic gets stuck in their face, Sophie treats every camera like a branding clinic, and she's acing the course. She didn't follow the tired script. Get loud, 'cause drama, rack up followers, maybe get lucky. Nah. She found a loophole in the system, stepped in with roast beef energy, and made herself too good to ignore. And here's the part that stings for the wannabe stars. She earned it. Every ounce of attention, every article, every sold-out shirt, it wasn't a fluke. It was strategy fused with authenticity. No gimmicks, no persona, just game.
So Caitlin Clark's teammate Sophie Cunningham's jersey has officially sold out on the Fever website. And this comes the same week as the chippy foul that led to some ejections at the end of the game. It was a bit of a revenge foul taken up for Caitlin Clark after a hard foul on the other end. And then immediately a petition online from the Caitlin Clark haters to have Sophie Cunningham removed from the WNBA. They're trying to get folks to sign it. They said what she displayed tonight was disgusting. And yeah, it was a hard foul, but now it has the Caitlin Clark fans rallying around her, buying up her jerseys to the point they've officially sold out. Fortunately for this petition, I think they just turned Sophie Cunningham into a new WNBA A-list superstar.
Meanwhile, the ones who built their whole identity on being the face, they're starting to realize they were never the franchise. Sophie didn't just win the moment, she redefined it. They thought Sophie was just background noise, a filler episode in someone else's storyline. But plot twist, Sophie, Cece, and the Enforcer are rewriting the entire script, and now the league's scrambling to figure out if they should promote them or silence them. Because heaven forbid a squad of genuine women starts building fan loyalty without dragging each other for clicks. Imagine that, fans showing up for skill, heart, and realness. Not some reheated drama platter with a side of petty beef, but the louder Sophie's presence gets, the more uncomfortable the old guard becomes. Cue the passive-aggressive shade. She's just lucky, or it's only because Caitlin brought the fans. Right, because Sophie didn't strategically capitalize on that tidal wave with sniper-like accuracy, while the rest of the league was posting thirst traps and arguing over tunnel fits. Let's be clear, what Sophie's doing, that's the blueprint. That's how you take momentum and turn it into a movement. But instead of running with it, the league keeps fumbling it, handing marketing over to people who think branding means copying whatever trend flopped last on TikTok. The irony is unreal. After years of begging for attention, the league finally gets it, thanks to Caitlin Clark, the Enforcer, and unfiltered players like Sophie. And now they're panicking because the spotlight isn't landing on their PR-approved favorites. But here's the thing, you can't control culture, and you sure as hell can't fake authenticity. Sophie doesn't need to perform for validation. She's already got it. And that freaks some people out, because when she speaks, people listen. When she moves, they follow. She's not chasing attention, but it keeps circling back like a heat-seeking missile, because fans can smell what's real, and once you catch a whiff of that, everything else starts to stink. So why isn't the WNBA rolling out the red carpet? Why isn't Sophie their case study for how to build a brand that actually connects? She's showing them how it's done. Clarity, confidence, community. No chaos required. But instead of celebrating her, it's like they're pretending she won the clout lottery and forgot to buy a ticket. And fans? They're not dumb. They see what's happening. They see why Sophie feels different, like a breath of fresh air in a league gasping for authenticity. And they're responding with open wallets, loud support, and zero patience for the league's tired fake feud formula. So while others are out here yelling, swinging, and staging rivalries like it's reality TV, Sophie's in her lane, cool as ever, dominating merch, winning hearts, and redefining what a modern superstar actually looks like. No theatrics, no tantrums, just talent, strategy, and the courage to be real. And somehow, that's the most disruptive power move of them all. So now I gotta hear from you. Is Sophie the new face the WNBA needs but doesn't know how to handle? Drop your take in the comments because this convo is just getting started. And if you're tired of the fake drama and riding with the real ones, smash that like, hit subscribe, and let the league know exactly